Welcome to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Papergoy and Madison, Bouckville. I'm sorry I didn't do the usual intro video that I do to a lot of the haul videos. It was a crazy day yesterday. Those of you that follow the channel know that I have gutters that need to be put on the house. And of course, yesterday, out of all the days in the world, days in the year, was the day that they said, "Hey, we're coming out and starting to do it." So I had that going on, among other things. So a little crazy. Do check out Madison, Bouckville. They've got a huge show in August. It's about a week long. Now, they've changed the dates. If you've gone out there before, make sure that you check the dates for the August show. They've changed I don't believe they have it Sunday anymore on the end. Make sure that you check the current dates, is I guess what I'm saying. They also have the spring show. It's been growing by leaps and bounds. A few years ago, it was about a third the size of the fall show. There's a little bit of video at the end actually showing part of the show. Do stick around for that. It was a nice day, too nice of a day. It was 90 degrees out there and I forgot a hat. So I had to pick up a hat and got sunburn, unfortunately, in the arms. I forgot to pick up suntan lotion. So that is a concern when you are out there. Make sure that you remember hats. Luckily, people do sell those. It is about 65% the size of the spring or the fall show at this point. It is probably worth going to. They used to only have it on one side of the bridge in the spring. Now they've got it on both sides of the bridge. It's getting there. It definitely is getting there. They've got only one of the sets of tents. They have like 2 rows of tents and all that set up right when you get there. In the fall, there's only one set in the spring. So it is smaller, but it is worth going to if the weather is good. One caveat, it is supposed to be raining today, and I heard a number of dealers saying that they weren't even going to set up today. A lot of the dealers are local, and so if it is a rainy day, they do not set up. If you are planning a trip for the spring show to go to it, I don't know if I'd come from too far away for it just because of that. The fall show, yeah, because it's a week long, you're going to get a nice day in there. The spring show, if it's rainy, people are not set up. What did I buy? You're saying enough yapping, Papergoy. What did you buy? One other thing. The free parking, multiple people are offering free parking at the spring show. They do not offer free parking at the fall show. You pay $5 for parking at the fall show. It's free at the spring show. Just to let you know as well, it's $5 more to spend on sourcing. The Youth's Day Spring, August 1850. I bought this and another 1850 thing of this. It is a religious booklet, but the reason I bought it, 2 reasons I bought it. It does have right over there, I don't know how well you can see that or not, but China. Mentions China. And the other reason I bought it, and this is kind of going to help you guys out there when you are sourcing, is, if I could just find it, right there. Very cool. That is Dancing Boy of Bengal, so Bengali, India, item right over there. When I started doing this, China stuff was not hot. Now, that was 30 years ago. China stuff, 25 years ago, China stuff was not hot. Now, China stuff is very collectible. Start buying things from India. Indian Americans have a fair amount of income at this point. They are going to begin to collect things of their heritage, if they're not already. Something rather like that, 1850. I paid 15. The guy wanted $20 for the 2. I said, "Will you take 15?" He said yes, because he was packing up. I paid $7.50 for that. I'm going to charge much more for it. $1. I don't even know what was in here exactly, but National Spiritualist Association. Anything spiritualist, it's 1950, I believe. Anything spiritualist is good. To pick that up for $1. Cannot go wrong with that. Do keep your eyes open for spiritualist stuff. You do not see it that often. Seafood and steaks. Now, this is a menu, Asbury Park, and I'm going to give you a little something or other over here, and if this helps you, think about joining the membership side of things, because I do give tips like this over there all the time. I did not, when I was going through it, I did not see a date on it. AI can help you date these things. AI will sit there and it does things in such a way that you and I would never think about doing it. It saves you a lot of time on research. And I'm going to just give you an example. This very well may be untrue, but it'll, mineral waters, white rock, and it might say this dates it post 1943 because white rock did not come around until that date. And then it'll take a look at the prices and it'll say, by these prices, these are prices that were prevalent in the 1950s, and the menu shows items that, and you can start asking it questions. It'll work off the address. It'll say, Steve Brody's opened in 1953. So then all of a sudden you got it down that this is a 1954 or 1955 menu. I'm making that up. I don't know. You can drill down using AI on things like that. In such a way, and you can get that in a minute. You can, for a minute to two, you can find out what, more or less, what year that is, versus all of the work that you had to do in the past. Holiday Festival, ECAC, Madison Square Garden. It's got a whole bunch of teams here on the bottom, and obviously it's got basketball on the thing. Take a chance sometimes on things like this. It's 1970s, I believe. You don't know who is playing in there. So you're just hoping that there's some really good player in there. Probably are. You're just hoping there's some really good player in here that people don't have this particular thing of. You just figuring out who the best player is to use the keyword is the way to go on those. You can get $20-25 regardless, and if there happens to be somebody good in there that it's a rare appearance of, you can get even more. Patrolmen's Benevolent and Burial Fund Association's Old Timers issue. Very cool item right over here. Paterson, New Jersey Police. People do collect police. It's got lots and lots of local ads as well. Do stress that. Say local ads. $30, $40, something other like that on that. So cool item right over there. I don't do much with postcards. But RPPC and that's what that's called, of people playing instruments. You can date it somewhat by the back right over there as well. Neat little item right over there. Cool. Allied Control Authority building. I wasn't even sure what this was over here. It does have the Russian in it as well. With all of these little things over here. These are things over here. Allied Control Authority, Berlin. Oh, so it's a menu from 1947. From Berlin Wall, Berlin, all that whole thing going on over there after World War II. Very cool item over here. Could be one of a kind item right over here. Got to do some more research on it. These are those things that you sit there and you know enough history out there to say, wait a minute, it's got Russian on it and it's mentioning Berlin. I think I'll grab that. I'll worry about it later. Obviously, if the people have high prices on it, you can do your research. You've got phones in your pocket, you do your research. If they're reasonably priced, buy it and worry about it later. Outdoor Life, another one over here. Very cool with the military World War II type cover on it, by the bonds and all that kind of stuff. I don't usually buy this kind of magazine. I did because of the red, white, and blue, the patriotic. Very cool looking magazine right over here. It is the 250th birthday of America. Going to get this listed right away. Hope that somebody or other says, oh, that is an awesome patriotic cover on it. It will sell $20, $25, something rather like that. Old cruise line stuff is nice. United States line right over here. A menu. He did have a fair number of menus. The SS United States. 1967, so it was a little bit later. But again, people do collect the old cruise ship menus. That's not, well, I guess it is. It's almost 60 years old now. Tune in to WWUH 91.3 FM stereo. No idea at all where this was. Easy enough to find nowadays. Could be New Hampshire, University of Hampshire. I have no idea. Somewhere on the East Coast, I'm sure. Don't really have to know. Oh, what is it? West of the Mississippi starts with a K, east of the Mississippi starts with a W. There you go. There's your fact of the day. Don't know much about this whatsoever. It is an unused bumper sticker. somebody listened to the station, somebody worked at the station, somebody's going to want this. Probably a college station if it's 91.3. That tended to be where the college stations were. Can't go wrong. Doesn't take up much space. Throw 20 bucks on it, 25 bucks on it. Somebody's going to buy it. Guy wanted, he wanted 25, 15 he ended up selling them to me. Charlie's Angels cards. I think there were 38 of them or something other like that in here. These are the higher series. They're more difficult to find. They're not really worth anything more. They don't have Farrah Fawcett in them. They have Cheryl Ladd. But the higher series are tougher to find. They just are. I am working on a set, so for that price, I said, heck, I'll buy them and throw them out into my collection and eventually sell my doubles. But you can't go wrong. Guy had them all sitting there. He's charging, I think it was 30 cents a piece or something like that I paid on them. Can't go wrong at that price. He had a bunch of these. Goodyear Overseas News, 1955. Tire people are going to want them. And then this one right over here had a whole bunch of photos in it. Don't know, who they are or what they are. They're having some kind of a big powwow and everyone's shaking hands. These were included in there as well. I think I bought 5 or 6 magazines of this. Never seen it before in all these years of doing it. 25, 30, 40 bucks a piece, whatever it works out to. You probably have seen these before. They're the little things over here. They were put out for the Academy Awards, 1961. They're little artist renditions of all of these stars by Nicholas Volpe. Not worth a ton, but to get them all together like this in the folder, I got to figure out what to do. I may break them up. People do buy them individually because of the various stars, Clark Gable right over there, Bing Crosby right over there, and others. People do buy it because of the stars. So I don't even know if it's complete or not. They did pull this one out. It is pretty snug in there. You definitely would want to count it up. Don't believe it says how many there are, but probably every single year, complete portrait collection. So probably every year. If it's incomplete, that makes it real easy. I will break it up. If it is complete, then I got to do some research on it. Didn't pay a lot for it, so a lot of potential money right there. This is one I got in an argument with AI over. Movie star notebook filler paper. This is called a band around the thing. So it's got the sheets of loose leaf paper with a band around it. This happens to be Greer Garson. You could have got Hedy Lamarr. You could have got Cary Grant, Judy Garland, etc., etc. It's from the 1940s. AI told me this is worth about $10 to $15. I said, I'm not selling that for $10 to $15. Downside, not a lot of people do collect Greer Garson. Upside, for it to stay intact with the paper and still have the band on it, that doesn't happen that often. I'm going to be asking more than $10 to $15. AI doesn't have to buy it for me. And the final item that I bought, and I did show other items as well. If you jump over on the membership side, I've got a video up over there with some other more obscure items. So give it a try over there. The last item I bought, I was in somebody's tent, and I just kind of doing my second walk around before I left. And, somebody started looking at something, and the proprietor said, "Oh, that's original art." And the guy looks at it and goes, "Okay," and then puts it down and leaves. So I'm like, okay, I might be interested in it. So I went over and looked. 2 pieces of original art. This is one of them. Interesting item right over there. Now it's hard to see, but this is Uncle Sam coming in. It says Yankee Doodle, Uncle Sam coming in. This shows Canada yelping and shows Great Britain sleeping. It is artist signed Bartlett, and it does say Baby's Nightmare on the bottom. He had it he had the other one priced at $75, which is not as nice as this. I said, "Oh, those are cool." He goes, "Yeah." It went for $100 and some. This piece went for $100 and some at an auction. You're able to find it online. It was estimated at being valued at $200 to $400. It went for $125, something like that online. He said you can have both of them for $100. I said, how about $80? He said, okay, no problem. So I paid $80 for this and another piece of original art that I think is very, very cool. Got to do some research on it. I did a little research using my phone. while I was waiting in the car. It's early 1900s. Didn't tell me much about Bartlett, but I'm going to do some more heavy-duty research, try to figure out exactly what they're talking about. But very, very cool item. Do buy that original art, one-of-a-kind stuff if it's got cool graphics like that with the Yankee Doodle and all that kind of stuff. One little tip, I am not going to be shipping it in the frame. It's not a particularly nice frame, and I'm not going to be shipping it in the frame. I'm going to take it out of the frame before I do ship it. But a very, very cool item nonetheless. Stay tuned. We do have a little bit of show video. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do talk over on it or not. Random Neighborhood Kid's not around to help me edit. I'm going to give it a try. If not, you're just going to see a little bit of a show video. It's all going to be on the far side of the bridge as opposed to the main side of the bridge. So what you're seeing is about 25% of the show area, just to give you a general idea, maybe 20% of the show area. Do hit the like button after that, and we'll see you next video. All right, here we are. I forgot to mention I did spend $394, which is a lot less than I usually spend out here. The last 2 years, $666, 1 year, and $700 the other year in the spring show. $394. We are definitely trying to buy better things over here from our fields to your tables. This is farmland. These fields are, in a farm region over there. The big trucks going by as well. You got to be very, very careful crossing the street. That's for certain. We're heading on over to the one part, and here we are over at the other end. And as you can see, there's just a lot of tents. And what people do, you got to be careful walking. I had to wait over here a couple of times. Almost got run over by people who didn't know what was going on, like that gentleman right there. Didn't know what was going on. But you got tents all the way in the back. In the fall show, this field is completely filled up, as all of them are. Across the street, I showed a little bit earlier, that was completely empty right there. I guess I'm showing it now. Completely empty across the street. There are tents all set up there during the fall show. So again, it's a lot smaller, about 66-70%. Imagine dealers there. They will be there. Build it and they will come in August. What people also do is they put interesting things out front, like that nice Coca-Cola item and more. Catch you driving by, catch you walking by, nice little pedal car there, and more. For the things that I buy, the paper items, things like that, you do not see it out front for a couple of different reasons. It's hard to display, and also beautiful day out here, 90 degrees, but if it starts getting rainy or anything at all like that, you don't want to have the paper outside. A little more difficult shopping for what I do, because you do have to walk into the various tents. See, it's a little windy day. That was the only saving grace for the day, is that wind there on the flag. They got stuff everywhere, though. A lot of great things. Traffic lights and more. Anything you could possibly want. So make sure you come on out to Madison, Bouckville. If you can make the June show, that is great. Definitely do your best to make the August show. I will definitely be out there. I will do another haul video for that as well. So a lot of neat stuff everywhere. Make sure you come on out. You saw some of the cool finds that I was able to have. A lot of buys, no matter what your budget is, no matter what it is you deal in, you'll find something that you want. Do hit the like button, and we'll see you in August.